Okay, let's talk about this game. It's the only game I was watching. And yeah, okay. So we're spectating Lee Sin. The first thing we have to think about are matchups. Okay, I don't. Let's be clear here. I don't have that much clue about matchups. Okay, so don't blame me. I could be wrong. So in my perspective, I am Lee Sin. I am playing against Echo, which means Lee Sin has the early, while Echo has the late game, strong late game. Like Echo can't Echo will one-shot Lee Sin in late game. There's no doubts. Like Echo is 10 times stronger in late game than Lee Sin. We already know that. Early game, Lee Sin definitely has lead. Okay, let's go top lane. Top lane, if you think about who has prior over Wukong and Rumble, I actually don't know. So this is why it's important to tell your team. Just say prior from top to bot as a jungler. You say prior from top to bot. Then your Wukong says, I will have prior for I mean, I have literally no clue about matchups. So if you're playing Wukong into Rumble, your top laner will say like, oh, I'm playing Wukong into Rumble. I will have prior after level 3, because after level 3 I can just push or whatever. So let's say I don't know. So this is why you have to ask. I was not hearing that, which is kind of sad. Just ask, and laners will always just tell you the truth about it. They will tell you, I don't know. The classic thing is like Anivia into I don't know, and Anivia will like say, yeah, I'm getting pushed in, but after I get to level 6, I will have prior the entire game. So for bot lane, I can say both bot lanes want to have prior. Okay, so your lane will probably push in and have prior, and they want to push in as well. So it just depends. I think Syndra Pyke is pushing more into them than Ezreal Thresh, of course, because Syndra has a Q damage. But both of them want prior. They both have a hook champion at bot lane that are support, and they both want to get the early lead. They both want to get pushed, because if you are the one pushing in, you are the one that can get hooks easier off. That's just how bot lane works. If you're pushing in, your hook champion can land hooks easier than the other one. That's just a fact. If you're getting pushed in, it's harder to hit a hook. Same for Blitzcrank, Thresh, Nautilus, champs like that. It's hard for him to hit the hook if your line is getting pushed in. Mid lane matchup, I got no clue. We can already say that Fiora is the fucking late game destroyer. I think Cloud is more like mid game, but as I said, I got no clue about matchups. Ask your laners about that. Okay? So let's just let's think about the pathing. Your pathing as Lee Sin should probably be play red into blue into Grump. That's what I would do. And then you can look for either gank a top lane, because I don't know about the top lane prior, or a gank mid lane, or because you're playing against an Echo would probably almost full clear, which means you will probably go for this clear, leaving his Crux behind. So you can actually go for his Crux after you did Grump. You can go for Crux, you can go for top, you can go for mid lane. So you are having actually the choice of what you're doing over here. So that's just basically how this game will probably work. And yeah, so let's make this scoreboard and objective timers. There we go. So I'm just inting or currently, nice. We make this manual camera onto Lee Sin, nice. Okay, so this is how I think this game will be going. Okay, so first of all, you're setting up things, you're grouping on top of others. Meanwhile, when you're doing stuff like that, you could know that, I mean, you should be able to expect that the enemy bot lane will set up wards at your red buff or at your raptors. That's just how it works. Because look at those two people. They're standing here not expecting that you invade here with 5 people. So they can just walk over and ward until you have... So you have to know, okay, they probably know my clearing anyways, but they also have like effect because they had warded. Okay. That's just things you have to keep in mind. And you see, this is what I was talking about. They just landed a fucking free ward. This ward is really shit at the moment. Because This ward is literally really garbage. Because the vision goes from here, just to here. So if you're pathing, you can just path towards here. You will ignore Raptors anyways, because which Lee Sin clears Raptors level 2. And you can just ignore this ward, actually. Actually, this ward is so int. If you're playing support, ward here. So you can see this entire area as well. So you know, okay, he's either going into this brush, or he's either going here. How to avoid this is also pretty easy. If you want to avoid it, you can just after you did the red buff, you can just clear around and just do this. This will waste your time, but they also think, hey, maybe he's probably doing Crux because we didn't see him here, so he didn't path towards here, he didn't path towards this Raptors. So that's how it works. We talked a lot. Even before the game didn't even start, and we talked so much, so okay. So Echo is actually starting Raptors, which we don't know because no one of the 5 men invade. So we got 5 people, and we got only 1 ward in here, which is like completely useless in my opinion. At least set it up here because it's Echo. He will probably do red buff into, you know. Even I didn't expect the Raptors start, but it's okay. So now early game we see that Klett is pushing into Fiora. I kinda expected it, but I wasn't sure about it. The bot lane is getting actually a kill. Bot lane is pushing in like I said. Top lane is actually having the prio. You're looking for a level 3 gank. Mid lane, which is really good because this is what I said. You either go for a top lane gank, top lane. I mean it's Wukong Rumble. You didn't really want to gank that. But there is a Klett. Actually had to flash and still got killed. And you see, like I said, his Crux are still up. So I actually didn't talk bullshit. So you can clear further. What you can do now is look at this, guys. Okay, look at this. So what you are doing is you're clearing the scuttle. But this scuttle is yours anyways. You know his Crux are up because it's Echo, okay? Echo doesn't clear his Crux. So we know that. So instead of making the scuttle, which you have no prio over, you could have either take his scuttle, take this Crux, or you could have as well, which is also really important, you could have also killed him. Because just look at this. Your bot lane has prio. Your Syndra, half mana. Your Pike, full HP almost, at full mana. This scuttle is yours. Actually, the scuttle is yours. This is your scuttle. Why did you path towards top lane? You had to go for this. This was yours. This was yours. Because even if mid lane was AFK, okay? Even if mid lane was AFK, their bot lane was not allowed to actually react to it. And this Echo is almost half HP. You're full HP. And you're Lee Sin with Conqueror. You're Lee Sin with Conqueror against an Echo with Conqueror. How does Echo actually want to play with Conqueror in all the game? So this was actually your scuttle. This was your scuttle. Even if Klett would have roamed, you still got the weak side on mid lane. Bot lane is the strong side, mid lane is the weak side. So their bot lane was not allowed to move. Their bot lane was non-existent. Your mid lane was non-existent. Doesn't matter. Your bot lane is beating their mid laner, while you also beat their jungler. This was your scuttle that you didn't take. You literally donated him a free scuttle. And after you're donating a free scuttle, you don't take his Crux. So you donate him actually Crux and scuttle at the same time. Well, look at this. Your bot lane is even moving. So I was talking about this. Your bot lane had piss prio. It literally had piss prio and you didn't do anything about it. And now mid lane is like kind of even, but pushing in. Just judging at the wave. This wave is not pushing in actually. I'm a retard. But you see, this is what I was talking about. This Echo would have been either dead or at least flashed here. Look at this. This was such a free kill. This was your scuttle that you didn't want to take because you pathed towards top lane. And now Echo gets away for free while you're wasting your time. Look at this. You wasted your time. Did nothing except scuttle while this Crux were used. This Crux were used. This Raptors were used, if not the scuttle. So we landed a nice gank at bot lane, which I wanted to see though. Because I saw in the replay that you flashed, and I wanted to know if you actually had to flash. Why did you flash? There was no need for you to flash. Look, your W is on 4 seconds cooldown, okay. You're getting the kill onto Thresh, okay? Look at that. W second. 1 second of your W. 1 second. Now your W is up. Do you think it would have mattered if you would have W'd or flashed here? It didn't. It literally didn't had anything to do. This flash was just wasted. You will not be able to. Look, you didn't even use your W. You didn't even use your W. And you didn't have to save your W for that, okay? That's just made up. You had it anyways. So even if you would have W there, you still had your W for that. For that, let's call it play, okay? So let's ignore that. We don't care if Rush is anything. Okay? Then you're trying a gank bot lane, which was warded. Okay, you didn't know it was warded. Happens. Taking the top lane, it's okay. What about taking this Scuttle first? Now take his Raptors. Nice. This was also one thing that I noticed. Okay, so you're actually... With this thing, you actually... With this plant, you're actually telling everyone that is watching this lane here, that is watching this map part, Lee Sin is there. Because who else? Wukong backed off to your versus mid lane. And I'm sure that their Pyke doesn't just take this plant. So there has to be Lee Sin, first of all. Second of all, you don't see Clat in mid lane. You know Echo is near. You know Rumble has Piss Prio. There's nothing for you to do here. There's nothing for you to do here. And now you do this. Either thing would have been to take this plant instead of taking this fight with Clat over here. Which nothing happens, because now you realized, wait, top lane is moving, and Echo is around here as well. There was no need to take the fight. That just set you behind, and you will Lee Sin. You don't want to get behind. Every second you waste is costing win rate on Lee Sin. Okay. Both mid laners are actually moving. Okay. Echo will probably also come. And this happened as well. So as soon... Let's watch this. Ah, that was just a Giga Yikes, wasn't it? That was just Giga Yikes. I would have done the same. I would have kept on the Drake as well. Maybe. Let's watch it. Nah, there's nothing you could have done better. Nothing. That was just Echo being broken. And getting all his HP back after your team just wasted everything on it. In top lane gets a solo kill, I think. Okay. Now you're clearing your red buff. Meanwhile, you don't abuse him. Like, you don't abuse Echo that much. It's just an abusive matchup. You're playing Lee Sin into Echo. You win early game. And you're falling behind CS. Because imagine you would have taken these two camps over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. You would have been ahead and not behind. Like, he's a level over you as well. Because you didn't abuse him. Because you just took a Scuttle. This Scuttle was yours anyways. Like, this Scuttle you took in early game, that was yours anyways. And this was not. This was your Scuttle as well. Echo had no chance to contest that. Okay, so to take Herald. You know that he's bot lane, he's top lane, and you're not getting a kill. Okay. But you also died, so we get over it because you died. So let's see how your gang behavior was. Okay. Your Cinder fails her E. Okay, because you eat away. Then you get a hook onto trash. Where did you W? What? Who did you W? What did you W? Did you W yourself? What? Oh, you W'd Pike. You could have W'd Cinder and you would have survived. And you would have kept your flash for that ultimate. So you just 2 times wasted your flash instead of Wing. Which is sad. You're playing Lee Sin, your flash is kinda important. Now you're doing that stuff, which is... Yikes. You can't just do that, because you're literally so far behind. You're behind 3k gold, and you're 1 level under Echo. Well, it's just... Like, you just gave Echo free farm. The entire game, you gave him free farm. You didn't contest anything. Like, you only gave kills by counter ganking, by reacting. Now you're taking his... finally, you're taking his stuff. Which is actually your stuff. But instead of taking this fight here, instead of taking that fight, you could have taken his Raptors as well. Because you didn't get his Raptors. You tried to get it, but then you realized, hey, wait, we can't get it actually. And now you're showing up bot lane, and because you're half HP, you even died. Which is yikes. So you show up here against Claire, which is... You're not allowed to ward jump out of there. Imagine you had flash here. You could have just W'd flash, doesn't matter if Kled is on you. Because Kled is actually 2 levels over you. And you keep getting out farmed by this Echo. So you're playing Lee Sin, but you're not abusing him early game. Which was actually the only time you could have actually won against him. Early game, and if you're really fat, you could have fight the mid game. And now you're just doing nothing. You're just trying to farm up, but you're playing weak camps. And now you're just over and over farming, and you can't do shit because you're just so behind that you can't force stuff. You can't force stuff even if you want to play for late. You can't force stuff. This game is for you over. This game is over for you. As Lee Sin, this game is over. You just reacted to another GP, but all you do is reacting. This game is actually over. For your side, it's over. All you can do is hope for your team that your team actually does something. The game is for you over. Because you didn't get any lead in early game. And it's a 20-minute mark, you're getting outscaled hard now. You're getting giga outscaled. This is Cloudwake, you want to let it down, it's okay. And you're just farming up, like, there's nothing you can do except farming up. But even farming up sucks because you're playing Lee Sin. You're getting a really good kill on the top lane, that is getting punished. But that's it. I don't think you can do anything this game. Except just supporting your team. I don't want to go over every single mistake you did this game. I just want to go on to major mistakes. And now they get a 23-minute Nash because they're 10 kills over. They're 5k gold ahead almost. But as I said, you can't do shit this game. You just can't do shit. Because what do you want to do? Now you're dying over and over again. I mean, this game is already over in 3 minutes. And now you're just trying to farm up again. But there's nothing to farm up. Because you're playing Lee Sin. Look the Echo damage. I mean, the damage you dealt to Echo. You dealt nothing with your ultimate. And now the game is over. Even if it was a small game, because it's only 27 minutes long, there was a lot of mistakes that you could improve on. And this video is not flame, it's just a VOD review of Lee Sin jungle. I'm a Lee Sin main. I was the best Lee Sin of last season at least. Mechanically one of the best Lee Sins in the world, but it just happens. I just told you from my perspective how you play it. I didn't even talk about mechanical mistakes that you did, except your W's, because you just flash even though you have W, which is just yikes. So yeah, it felt like you didn't even know what your laners had prior of. Like, should just ask it in champ select. No, not in champ select. In loading screen, you're asking your laners, yo, top to bot. I mean prior top to bot. Your top lane says, yo, I have prior till level 3. Then he's having prior. Mid lane says, I'm always having prior. Bot lane says, we always have prior. So your weak side is definitely your strong side is definitely bot lane and mid lane. But in that case, not in this game, just in this case that I just talked about. So yeah.